Hey, Toy Pups. I'll be right in the chat. I'm coming to the end of. Well, nope. I thought I was. I thought I was coming to the end of the playlist for uh, Cat and Jack, but I'm not. But we'll start over again tomorrow. Same with. I am finished the playlist for Selena. Made that through the whole day. Just let her know that I'm on the case. If you guys need something, if you need some watch hours, whatever you might need, let me know. Let us know. We're all in this together. The one I'm on right now, just a girl in her room with her dog and ex-girlfriend. Guess who that is? We got 5 people here. Well, we got 5 and 5. 5 people in, 5 thumbs up. Imagine that. Just a moment. All right, who else do we have here? Legendary Princess. I hope everyone is having a great day. So far, I'm waiting for my son for the bus. Thank you. I'm having a pretty good day, and I hope you are as well. I hope your son had a good day at school. Abigail says hi, Cat and Phoenix. Princess says, just wanted to stop by real fast. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Princess. As are you. Abigail says, I love you guys. We love you too. I'm speaking. That's right. I'm speaking for all of us. I know you do. I know you all love Abigail. Cat and Jack is here. Hey, Cat. Sniper's here says, that'd be me. 5-5. Oh, nice. Cat says, what does Sweet Yogi need? I don't know. I don't know what I need. Hey, Sebastian. Michael says, that's a good question, Cat. I'm getting closer to hitting 8K. Michael says, hey, there's Yogi. Guess what? I've started chapter 4. Awesome. It's about Salem. Man, that should keep you busy. Hey, I forget how many chapters you said in total. The Salem trials and hauntings. You said witches and ghosts. The trials it took after. Hey, Sebastian. Life Path 5 with 2 5s there. Gotcha. 5 and 5. Hello, Karen. Karen says, hi, friend. Chad says, hello, sir. How are you? Chad, am I saying that right? I'm doing pretty good. You look really handsome, brother. Pray for Palestine. I will pray for Palestine, my friend. I absolutely will. Hey, Teddy. How are you? Let's take care of this right off the bat. I was just going to mention you. Teddy Hicks is my neighbor and fellow wildlife watcher early in the morning. Not too many of us out there. We got a couple joggers, a few dog walkers, and we got me and we got Teddy out there looking for hawks, looking for owls, looking for foxes. And she's got a wonderful channel. She has a wonderful book, signed, by the way, and it was a gift. I saw her walking with it, with it in her hand. So, guys, if you don't mind, if you would swing it over, she's blue now, and connect. Hey, Raven. Raven says, so everyone. Abigail says, thank you for coming. Chad says, you're so kind. Have a good heart. And may Allah bless you with health and wealth and good family. And you as well, my friend. To you as well. Teddy will attest to the fact that we live in an awesome area, and you never know what you're going to see wildlife-wise. Uncle says, hey there, Abigail. Everyone's saying hi. Teddy says, thanks so much. You're all awesome. Let me bring up your channel. You know what? They are awesome. They're absolutely awesome. I lucked out completely. We have the third video of April 22nd of the affirmations from Teddy. I'm willing to change. And let's see, Teddy's at 10 subscribers. We'll keep it moving. Hey, Soul Stars. Good to see you, Teddy Hicks. Hey, Kat, I sent you a video. I don't know if it went through. Of ducklings. This is early for ducklings. They usually come after goslings. But this year in April. Kat says, we are a reflection of Yogi. For the good and the bad. You guys have no bad in you. Kat has no bad in her whatsoever. No one, not even Kat, could ever convince me otherwise. Sniper says, fractal cats. One of my favorite things to talk about. Raven says, you're welcome, Teddy. Let's see. God says, I'm from India. We have lots of friends from India. Welcome. And speaking of welcome, welcome, Big Al.
Good evening.
Good evening, Neil.
Merry Christmas.
I was waiting for that. You caught me off guard. And Happy New Year's as well.
Thank you very much.
You know, I was going to say happy birthday coming up, but before that, just let you know you're in my thoughts, and I'm sending good energy away because I know you also have an operation coming up.
I'm actually not so sure about that now, Yugi. I knew you was about to say something about that, and I'm actually not sure now. I've had a letter come through saying there's been a cancellation, and instead they're going to phone me on the 25th.
Well, that makes
no, sorry. The operation was meant to be on the 25th. I've had
Right.
a letter saying that that's cancelled, and they're phoning me now on the 29th, which is obviously my birthday.
Why did they cancel, if you don't mind me asking?
It just says due to unforeseen circumstances.
How do you feel about that?
I'm a little bit annoyed. I'm hoping they're still going to go through with the operation, just at a later date. I'm hoping this is just a kind of checking up on me, seeing what's going on, and then to reschedule. I don't know at the moment, really. Like I say, the letter just says due to unforeseen circumstances, they've had to cancel it, and instead someone will phone me on the 29th. So we'll see what's said. We'll see what they decide, and then I don't know. We'll see how I feel then, really, because I don't know right now. I'm a bit annoyed, like I say, but if it's for if they've had a really big problem, then obviously I can't blame them. But I'm hoping it will still go ahead in the future.
Right. I don't see why they wouldn't, though. Would you? I mean, obviously, if they're going to do the surgery, you need the surgery.
Exactly my point. But without knowing what the reason is for the cancellation, obviously I can't really say.
Right.
Because like I say, they didn't really give me a reason. They didn't say it was due to being busy. They didn't say there'd been an outbreak of some kind of virus or anything. Not that I'm hoping that would be the problem, obviously.
Right.
But just the fact that they gave me a due to unforeseen circumstances, it's a little bit like there's no real reason. It's just something obviously has happened that they're not willing to tell me in a letter.
Huh. Well, I'm sorry for that unfortunate news.
There's no need for you to be sorry, Yogi. It's not your fault, obviously. It's I'm hoping they will tell me on the 29th and say what the reason is for the cancellation.
Right.
And if they don't give me a reason, I will ask. And if they still don't give me a reason, then there's not a lot that anyone can do. I just will reiterate to them that I need this operation to go ahead because I can't keep being in the pain I'm in the early hours in the morning when I have work and I have things to do. It's not great. It's not fair on me to have to wake up really early in pain and the other symptoms I'm having and to have to continue my life like that.
And not to
Something needs to be done. That's the short of it.
right. Not to mention that you were prepped, ready to go, things in order for surgery, and then add what just over a week having that pulled out from underneath of you without explanation.
Sorry, Yogi, you broke up my end. What did you say?
Oh, and I was saying, not to mention that you had everything prepped for the surgery. You're ready to go. Everything, organized around this and having the rug pulled out from beneath of you.
Yeah, exactly. It's because I got a notification by text saying that I would receive a letter, but in the text it didn't say what the letter would obviously have in it because there's no point in sending me a text message telling me what the letter has in it and sending the letter. It's just a waste of paper. So they sent me a message saying you'll get a letter, and then like I say, the letter arrived, and that was all it was, telling me that they can't do it essentially. So it was there was no early warning for the cancellation.
Right. Well, so when I say, I'm sorry to hear that, it's just that I'm sorry things did not go according to plan.
Yeah, no, I get that, Yogi. It's fine, but you shouldn't be. I get why you're apologizing. It's more of a rhetorical apology, and I get it. And obviously, there is sincerity in that. But
Right.
at the end of the day, it's not you that needs to apologize. I deserve a reason for the cancellation, and it should be the hospital apologizing.
Agreed. Runner Boy says, what was the surgery for?
It was to have my gallbladder removed.
What is, what consists of post gallbladder? Special diet?
Sorry, Yogi.
Post gallbladder, life post gallbladder. What does that consist of? Do you know? Did you change your diet in any way, or?
Yeah, there is. They did tell me that I'd need to change certain things. So the way I cook things, I don't eat a lot of unhealthy food in the sense of the actual food itself, but the way I cook it, I don't cook it in a very healthy way.
Right.
So I need to have less fat, less grease, and use less oil in my food. I mean, I don't buy oil anyway. I don't use a lot of oil, as I've already said in a previous conversation with yourself.
Right.
But obviously, if I'm cooking things in the oven and the food is naturally fatty or naturally greasy, obviously it's then cooking in its own oils and fats, and it's not great. So that's something I've got to try and change. So I've got I have a slow cooker, but I also have an air fryer, and obviously both of those use less. Well, the fat doesn't come out of it as much, and in a slow cooker, obviously there's like a basket where all the fat drains out and the oils. So that'll be a lot better for me. I have a support worker. She's very helpful. She's looked into it for me as well, and she's got loads of advice. So there is things like that. There's not drinking so much fizzy pop, but I don't drink a lot of fizzy pop at the minute anyway.
Right.
So that won't really change. And drinking coffee has got to change, but as you all know, I don't drink a lot of coffee. And I wouldn't be allowed to drink alcohol, but I don't drink alcohol. As you know, it's been 4 years since I last had an alcoholic drink. So there's not a lot that I actually do need to change. It's things, if I did do those things, they would need to change. But as I am, there's not a lot. Just the way in which I cook food, really, for me.
Okay, that makes sense. Runner Boy says he's heard that gallbladder is useless. Anyway, we as humans, modern humans, don't really use it.
See, I've had this conversation with my doctor because I didn't think the gallbladder did much anyway. But the gallbladder does more than we actually think it does, because the gallbladder breaks down fats and takes out the nutrients from our foods before it gets digested.
Right.
Whereas not having a gallbladder, and this is where this is why the decision for me as well, because the doctors said they would take it out, but ultimately the decision was mine, because once they take the gallbladder out, you can then have problems with acid reflux because the fats and stuff they're not being processed through your gallbladder. You then get a buildup of acid because it can't be separated. So it can cause me other problems and other pains. But if that does start happening, they can try certain things for me. So it was a catch-22. But at the end of the day, I told them I wanted it because I'm in so much pain at the minute. I just want a solution to the problem. And then obviously, if other problems arise, we find solutions to those as well. It's not going to be quick and easy. I understand that. But at least I might be in less pain than I'm in currently, and I might have less problems. I might not wake up as much and things
Sure.
like that.
I had issues with I mentioned it yesterday or the day before, acid reflux due to not so much a bad diet, but my intermittent fasting schedule gave me about a 2 to 3 hour window, sometimes 4 hours, of eating. And
Yeah,
it was later in the day. And because it was ultra running, I was trying to get a ton of calories in a short period of time. Not to
yeah,
mention that stress because of being the full time caregiver for my father as he was in his last final stages um, during the COVID shutdown. I'd lost my business, a whole bunch of other stuff going on, lost my car. Um, so all of that combined. And then that led to a great deal of anxiety, panic attacks,
yeah,
insomnia. And that led to imposter syndrome because here I was, um, a yoga teacher, a meditation teacher, a breathwork coach who was teaching people how to navigate through stress, anxiety, and panic attacks. Um, and all of a sudden, I'm struck, and insomnia. All of a sudden, I'm struck with all the things I'm supposed to be helping people with. And I started feeling like a failure. How can I help other people? Can't even help myself. How can I help my
yeah,
dad as a caregiver? I can't even help myself. Um, so, man, what an awful time.
yeah. That's understandable, Yogi, and I feel really sorry for you. I really do. That's not doesn't sound like an easy thing to go through in any sense.
Um, I did manage to navigate my way through, making a lot of uh, changes diet wise. I think I mentioned, the reason I eat the way I do is because I took everything out of my diet that might be a
Yeah,
trigger and
yeah,
slowly added things in. And then I stopped. I was content. And I thought, in an age of overconsumption, do I need to be an overconsumer?
yeah.
So let's see. I want to type a little message here.
I won't stay long anyway, Yogi. I don't want to take up everyone's time, and obviously you want to do your breathing exercises and things for people.
Yeah, Will
So
wants to do some breathing.
I'll stay for a few minutes if that's okay, just to
Sure.
chat to you.
Yep.
And then I'll jump in the chat and I'll partake in the breathing exercises, but I'll
Oh,
be in the
awesome.
chat for that. But no,
Um,
it's sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You're the guest.
No, I was just going to say, so I hope things get sorted really for my, for myself. No, and I do feel for you in regards to the thing you've had to go through, obviously.
Well, in the big picture of things, um, we can all say it. It could be worse. In the big picture of things, I was pretty
Yeah,
fortunate. Um, but I sometimes I do want to explain because people are like, so you never eat this, you never even eat one potato chip, you never even eat one brownie, and of course I could, but I also have a slight, as my decade of alcoholism,
yeah,
being a drunk, attest to. I also have a fairly addictive personality. I don't eat a couple potato chips. I eat a bag of potato chips.
yeah,
Um, and being very active, I can get away with it, or I could get away with it until I couldn't. Um, And that's the way it is, I think, for all of us. I think that's probably the way it was with you, with your drinking. Maybe you said it's been 4 years that you could get away with it, and then all of a sudden you realize you're not really getting away with it any longer. It's not
Yeah.
doing what you needed to do or wanted to do. Um, so you stopped.
Yeah,
Highly,
for me, it's just it turned out to be a waste of money, a waste of time. I was wasting my life with it. You know, I'd get drunk and then pass out from it because I drink that much. I'd pass out and I'd wake up the next morning or whenever and not remember anything. And it's like I'm losing my life because I don't know what I've done with the past 6 hours. And I've spent, I don't know how much it is, you know, how much it was back then for a drink. I can't remember. It was quite a bit cheaper than it is now, obviously. But I was spending however much on drink, wasting my life, wasting my time. And I was losing, you know, I was losing friends. And I don't know how I kept my job or anything at the time, really. But like I say, it's just easier now to. People have offered me a drink. My sister got married, and my brother-in-law then said, "Oh, let's go and get a drink. Let's do this. Let's do that." And I didn't. I was like, no, I don't want to. And I remember it was quite funny because he bought. I can't remember where we were, but he bought alcohol, and I had a chocolate milkshake
huh?
because I was being persistent. I'm not going to just. Because I'm not saying I would, but I could have said yes to that drink, and then I'd have had the taste for it. So I might have then had 4 or 5 more. And then where does that put me? Back to square one, and it reverses all the hard work I've done.
Right. Agreed.
So it's just like we had that conversation last night, Yogi. It's easier to not have the temptation of things. I don't have my comments on videos or shorts because it removes the temptation. So I don't really go to pubs or anything. I've been to a pub recently. I got a glass of Coke, but I I avoid things that are going to be a temptation for me.
I'm with you on that. I could have, after a couple years of not drinking, um, several people mentioned, you could probably go out and have a drink or two. You're pretty disciplined, and
Yeah,
not start up again. And I probably could until I would start back up again because
yeah,
I'd start making excuses. Um, well, hey, it's been a week, or hey, it's been 2 days, or if I have a drink today, I'll go a month. As soon as you find yourself bargaining with yourself, you are in trouble.
yeah.
Um, and so I never, it's like you were saying with the comments, you just don't want to find yourself in that position.
No, exactly. I mean, I commented on something. We've had another conversation recently as well, where we both said we're not political.
Uh-huh.
I will admit, I kind of slipped up a little bit. I saw a post of something to do with obviously the UK Armed Forces, and I decided to comment on it. It was a political post, obviously about the UK Armed Forces. So I commented saying that with everything that's going on, it's our own government that's the threat at the moment, really. I mean, I shortened it. My comment was literally, Russia is not our threat. The government are. So not great. I went political. I usually avoid it, but that's besides the point. Someone then commented back to me, calling me a Putlabot because apparently I was defending Putin. That was not what I was doing. I was just saying the real enemy is the government, essentially. And I took, and then to play it off because I kind of saved myself, although there was that initial slip up because I commented in the first place. I saved myself because the guy then said that and then asked what the weather's like in Russia. And I took a screenshot of it and very sarcastically, because it's what I'm like, uploaded it as a short on my channel and tagged the person and said the weather in England is very nice. And that was me controlling that really, because I could have gone in the comments and just argued with him for an hour. But instead, I was like, no, I'm going to use my sarcasm as a way to deal with this, to shut down the argument immediately. And the funny thing is, he didn't reply anymore after that.
Huh.
So it kind of worked. It worked in the sense that I avoided the situation by using a coping strategy.
Right. Um, And that's an important thing to realize is strategies that we can use to help us
Yeah.
navigate through our issues. We got some energetic Joshua. Hey, uh, where's the amazing? No longer the amazing energetic Joshua, just the energetic Joshua. Prayers for Stitch. He's given a shout out to spam shout out. Prayers for our friend Stitch, Stitch's father.
What's if I'm allowed to ask, what's going on with Stitch at the moment?
Cat and Jack said her father was having surgery.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Well, prayers
I
for
didn't.
him.
Thank you. And I know Stitch and her father appreciate that. Toy Pups says we have addicted personalities too. I'm thankful. I'm thankful it's stickers. You can channel your, what could be viewed as a negative trait, or actually is a negative trait. You can channel it for something positive.
Yes, exactly. Right. Well, obviously, like I said, I didn't want to stay too long. I don't want to waste everyone's time and keep everyone. So I'm going to jump in the chat now.
Never a waste of time, Big Al. Ever.
Well, it's been a pleasure being up here as always. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I always enjoy our conversations. We always talk on important subjects for both of us, and I believe, especially tonight's conversation, probably touch upon some issues people in the chat have had as well. We've all, as I was mentioned to Evan, all of us are fighting hard battles.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't realize that the other person is fighting a hard battle too. So it's helpful when we have that opportunity to open up and let people know.
It takes me back to what I said to you. I don't think it was last night. I think it may have been the night before, where I said about I'm a very democratic person, if that's the right word to use, where I try and see everyone's side of things. Because I know that it's not just my life that matters. I know that other people's lives matter as well, and other people are going through things. It's like I said to Willow, and I don't just mean it to Willow. It's although I said it to Willow, it kind of to everyone in the chat. If anyone ever wants to talk to me, my comments are off on videos and shorts, but on the posts they're not. Just drop a comment, and I'll gladly chat to anybody because I understand what people are going through.
Right. You're a very empathetic and compassionate person, and I admire those qualities greatly, and especially at the age of 29, because it only grows. So I hope that in one form or another, I'm still hanging out around here 10 years from now, and I get to see how it increases for you, how that compassion and empathy lead you to a very, very happy and fulfilling life. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I appreciate that, Yogi. It does come also from the fact that I mentioned, obviously, what I used to be like, and I didn't like the person I was. I was quite harsh. I was told I had no empathy. I had to work on that. I had to work on my empathy and realize how other people felt. And not just the empathy part of it, but my actions as well and the consequences. Because not all consequences are physical for other people. My actions can be physical, but the consequences can be mental consequences for other people. So I may not physically hurt them, but I could be mentally hurting them. And I had to work on that. Obviously, as another thing to work on myself, I had to work on my empathy and my sympathy towards others, and realize how I made others feel. Because the way that I deal with that now is sorry, I'll be very quick, Yogi.
No, you're fine.
But the way I deal with it now is I turn it around and think what I'm doing now. How would I like it if the other person was doing that to me? I'd be hurt. Therefore, I need to change what I'm doing or how I'm talking to a person because I'm hurting them. Maybe not physically, but mentally, I'm hurting that person, and I don't like it. So I turn it round, and I agree with you, Yogi. I'm probably being biased and big-headed, but I agree. I have a lot of empathy now.
Doesn't sound big-headed at all. At all. It's noticeable. It's obvious in the chat, and it's obvious when you come up and talk. It's even. I love the fact you coming up because it's even more obvious in conversation with you. I think it's been you coming up and sharing with us has been an eye opener for a lot of people because you have a very dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
And in a chat, that gives a sort of a one-dimensional portrait of Big Al.
Yes.
A nice guy, but a dry sense of humor. But when you come up and you chat and people, I was floored when you came up for the very first time. I was literally like, this guy has something very special, and I'm happy that we're all getting to know him better. And every conversation, it's been deeper and deeper and deeper. Much appreciated.
That's lovely to hear, Yogi. That is you. I don't know if you heard my voice break when I said thank you. Then that was genuinely really really nice because I do understand when I'm in the chat. Not everyone gets how I mean things. Like when me and Rebecca are having our banter,
Right.
it can maybe look like being genuinely mean, but I'm not. I'm just being playful. It's my humor, like you've said. My humor is very dry. That comes from the armed forces, where everything is serious, and the only way to deal with things is a bit of humor. And from that, you get a very dry sense of humor because you have to keep it a kind of serious sense of humor.
Right. You know what? No one's ever going to make that mistake about you again here after getting to know you.
Yeah, I will point out, Yogi, that obviously before I came up, I think it was before I came up the first time, I'd said to you in the chat, it may have been actually on the first live, I can't remember now, sorry. But I said it felt like there were certain people were ignoring me and not talking to me, and it could have. I mean, that's changed now. Those people, I won't name them because there's no need to. But the people that I felt were ignoring me have now spoken to me, and I think it is because I've been up on the live and they've realised that it is all just a joke for me. Not everything, obviously. I can be serious, but when I am being nasty, let's say, it is just a joke. It's just banter. I'm not being horrible. It is just the way I come across, I suppose.
Right. I need to prepare you for when you go into the chat with a comment from Chloe.
Right.
She says, "You are mean, we Al," but with laughing emojis.
Yeah, I will agree. Actually, there was a couple of days ago. I can't remember what I said now. I told Chloe to shut her mouth. Essentially,
I was there on the Manny's live stream. Couple.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, that was it. I can't remember why I told her to shut her mouth actually now, but there was. I think she was talking in the background, and I said, "Can you be quiet because I want to hear what Matty's saying."
That was what it was.
Something like that, yeah.
But you know what? In the shortish time that I've known Chloe, she does not seem to take things personally. She's got a wonderful sense of humor. As you know from hanging out with Maddie, she has a wonderful laugh, and she's always laughing. There's always something that is cracking Chloe up, and I absolutely love that.
You see, what I love, and it goes again back to that dry sense of humor in the armed forces. What I love is being able to give someone a load of banter. I'm trying to think of a polite way of saying what I want to say, but I like to give people a load of rubbish, but I love it when they can do it back as well.
Right, and she does.
Exactly, and that's what I love. That's what helps me bounce off that person, because I give it to a person, they give it back, and it's just like, wow, this is going to be legendary. Like with myself and Rebecca, when we're going at it in the chat, it's very. It comes across as serious, but I know she's joking and she knows I'm joking.
Right.
So it's very kind. bullying.
I really enjoy Maddie's live stream. I love that he doesn't take anything personally either, and he's such a good-humored, kind-hearted individual. You think that he's big, he looks gruff, he looks like um, that he'd be a hard person to talk to.
Yeah,
he's amazing, absolutely amazing. And when he makes Chloe laugh, you can see him melting entirely.
that's the thing as well. He doesn't like when I joined one, obviously, like when I first joined one of your streams, and I mean in the chat, obviously, but when I first joined one of Matty's streams, because of his size and because of, I guess, the way he comes across to me, I was a bit cautious about what jokes I was making. And it was
Right.
actually Matty that said, obviously, the jokes are fine, the banter's fine, everyone's over 18, whatever. So I then, obviously, the banter started, and for some reason, I don't get what it was, but it did turn automatically to me kind of bullying Chloe. But she gave it back, and Matty just sat there laughing, and it was like, okay, this is definitely my comfort zone because Matty doesn't judge what I'm saying. Chloe takes it as a joke, and it was very easy to get on in their streams.
Right. Agreed. Grumpy says Maddie has a good sense of humor. Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
That's true. Yep, indeed.
I'm
inclined to agree.
Big Al, I'm going to hop back in the chat because I promised Willow that we're going to do some breath work.
That is absolutely fine. I will jump in the chat and I'll see everyone there.
All right. Thank you, Big Al.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Always. Grumpy
Bye.
says, I really get offended. Yeah, neither do I. All right. Guys, I'm going to step out of the chat for, well, let me read this. MK says, caught a sea scorpion. That was a most special sketch. I've never heard of a sea scorpion before. Chloe says, banter's forever flying. Brilliant. I'm never offended. I'd be crying all the time if I did. You guys, you too, are one of the highlights of my weekends. Hey, Stardashian. Eric, how are you? So, Willow, let me know if you're here and if you're ready, my friend. Big Al says, I love each and every one of you. Stardashian. So you did. Everyone's shortening their names. The amazing energetic Joshua is now just the energetic Joshua. He'll always be amazing in my book. Danny's waving at Chloe. Give me 1 second, guys. See, this says Big Al, you're a legend. Love you too. Big Al is a legend. Maddie says, off to bed, Mr. Yogi in chat. Take care, everyone. Take care too, Maddie. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Bullet says, can we do breath work, my friend? Yep. Are you ready? Brother Boy says, I love everyone in here, and Skits, you're right in my book. Chloe says, he's a legend. Big Al says, thank you, Selena. I gotta admit, I cracked up a little bit when I saw Chloe very first write "We Al." That was pretty hilarious. All right, let's keep it simple. 4-8. Breathing in for 4, exhaling for 8. No pause. No breath retention. We will notice the space in between the breath. So we breathe in for 4, notice the space very briefly, We exhale for a count of 8. We're going to do 10 rounds. If anyone else is in, let me know. I'll be absent from the chat for 3-ish, 4-ish, 5-ish minutes. See, it says breath work. Check. Hey, Selena, you and Cat and Jack have been playing on my desktop all day. And you'll be playing tomorrow. I'm going to be out tomorrow. I'm leaving the house. I mean, I leave the house every day to go walking several times a day. But I'll be driving tomorrow for the first time. I haven't driven a car since September. Clay says, just going to say goodnight, up early for school run. But I hope you all have a lovely evening. Take care, each and every one of you. Peace and love always. Peace and love to you, Chloe. Thank you so much. Grumpy says, did you hear my name? I was making a cuppa. You might have. I think I read a comment about that you had mentioned with Manny having a great sense of humor. All right, MK is in for the breath. So here we go, guys. For those who are, Jack says what? For me driving? Yes, I got to take someone to the hospital for procedure at 6:15 in the morning. So my morning live stream is probably going to be about 15 minutes. Let's see. Selena says, Yogi Eric, you are the best friend a girl could ever have. Thank you, sweet, handsome angel. Man, I was put in the friend zone. Every guy's worst nightmare is to be put in the friend zone. I am in the friend zone. I'm happy to be there. All right. So for those who are going to breathe, and then I'll tell you about me driving after the breath work. Close your eyes for those who are going to breathe. And start at the top of the head. Just put your awareness on the top of the head. And then bring it down to your eyes, to the temples. Bring your awareness to the jaw. All you have to do is notice. Nothing more, just notice. Bring awareness to your neck and your shoulders. All the way down to your fingertips. Light focus on the abdomen. Just noticing. Your hips. Down through your legs, all the way down to your toes. Now bring a gentle awareness to your breath. Breathing in through your nose and noticing where you feel it as you breathe in, the warmth of the air. Exhalation. Just noticing the breath arriving, falling. We're going to breathe in using that ujjayi breath, the ha sound, very gentle. You can breathe in through the nose for count of 4. Slight pause to notice that space. And exhale for count of 8. So we're going to begin. We're breathing in for count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale with that ha sound for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let the breath go completely. Relaxed, at ease. This is the time that you have that intent, the sankalpa, as it's called in Sanskrit, your desire. What is it you wish for? Think it clearly and release it. The universe will handle the details. Your only role is to be aware. Follow the signs, the synchronicities, and act upon them when you see them. Release it. Stay relaxed. And when you're ready, open your eyes and I'll see you in the chat. Namaste. It's okay, Jonathan. We don't mind a little weird. Hey, you know what, Jonathan? You can be relaxed and weird at the same time. Danny had said, Sergey, I agree with you. Joshua's amazing. He's a nice person. He's an awesome person. Agreed. Agreed, Danny. Danny's waving at Jonathan. Soulstar says, guess what? Just a few seconds in the shower can change everything according to the lovely ad. I agree. I agree with the ad. Have you guys ever taken a karmic shower? Where you literally get in the shower with the intent of bathing the accumulation of karmic energy aside. And whatever positive phrase works for you. It could be your mantram. You could say Ram. You could say any name of God. You can go, ah. Ah is the perfect primordial mantra. We did that breath yesterday. Ah. Kat says, yes, you have. You can turn anything into a psychic event. A psychic shower, a karmic relief shower. Big Al says, great as always, Yogi. Good night, everyone. Shower time for me. Thank you, Big Al. Thank you so much. Willow says, thank you, my friend. Going to head to bed now. But thank you so much. You're welcome, Willow. And you know, as you lie in bed, you can always use the ocean breath, the cat breath. Skits says, thanks. You're welcome, Skits. Soulstar says, how to bring some light humor. I set my intention before every shower. And salt bath. I know, random, guys. Sorry, guys. I always appreciate random. Let's see. Tina says, thank you, Yogi. I've had a spiritual bath, but not karmic shower. Yep, you can visualize the shower coming down as light. And think that holy name, whatever it is. Like I said, I really like Ram. And I like just the plain, simple We did the ah breath last night, and man, I was able to do, not every breath when I do the 4-8 or other counting. I'm not often able to do it with you guys because I'm leading the in and out. Um, but when we did the ah, I was able to do it with you guys, and I absolutely loved it. Danny said goodnight to Big Al. See this his laugh with Soul Stars. And Soul Star says it was placed in my heart. Suna says, Yo, Eric, I'm trying to do PG flirt because I do the R-rated flirt. If I scare the children to get banned, you would never get banned here. Sosa says, absolutely 100% love you guys. We love you too. I don't say that lightly, and yet I say it lightly. Does that make sense? So yeah, I'll be driving a car. I'll be driving first time I ever drive an electric car um, to Baltimore City. To take someone to a hospital, get a procedure because they're going to be it's going to be anesthesia, and then I will drive them back to their house, and then I'm going to take an Uber or a Lyft back to my house. It should be back for the second live stream. The 5 a.m. live stream is going to be short. I think I'm going to come on and say hi to everyone, and read a little bit from Course of Miracles. It says, I love you, Soul Stars. Then I'll get home, do my workout, have something to eat. All right. Kat says Yogi is changing his schedule and just don't know what to think. Is the sky falling? I need to go out and look. I'm with you on that. Driving might be my least favorite thing in the world to do, but um, when you're asked, the people in my immediate surroundings know how much I dislike driving on highways. So when they ask me for something like that, I know it's hard for them to ask because they don't want to put me in a situation, a position where they know how deeply uncomfortable I would be. So when they ask, I know, man, they really need it. They need me to step up. So when you ask to step up, you step up. I went through that, with my dad. I Thank you, Skits. As the youngest, I never expected to be the sole caregiver. Not the sole, but the primary, the critical care, the end of life care, um, doing every single thing my father needed. Uh, and then I happily did all of that. And then I was asked to make the decision hospice or palliative care. I had to decide how my father was going to die. And I thought that was beyond me. And I even said, how do I make this decision? And my dad said, because it's your decision to make. Didn't flinch. So I think everyone's like that. We never know. We never know what we're going to do, what we're capable of doing until we are called to do it. I'm thinking again about my dad, 17 years old, dropping out, getting early. He got his high school equivalency. joining the Navy, South Pacific, till end of World War II. You never know. Skit says, "You're stronger than you know, brother." Thank you, Skits. Selena says, Yogi Eric, you sound like my mom. She hates driving in the big city highways. She freaks out. I get very focused and generally, like if I'm casual driving, I'm joking, listening to music, whatever. When I get in the city, actually, I don't even mind driving in the city. It's the freeways here. The I-95, the Beltway, is infamous for being tough to drive on. I can think of tomorrow as graduate school for practicing forgiveness through the Course of Miracles. I'm stepping up, guys. I've reached the point. Let's see. Scoot says, road tripping. Sorry about the circumstances. I hope everything goes well. Sending my love. Thank you, Skips. Hey, Hats on a Mission. Jeremy and Shirley here, guys. Have you all reached out and subscribed? They're on a wonderful mission, a heartfelt mission. Tina says, we're given what we can handle. It's an interesting statement because if someone would ask me a month ago, a month before I had to make that decision for my dad, I would have said, nope, I can't handle that. I can't handle that. But when it was given, it's just like Selena said. You realize you just have to do it. You have to do it because the person you love is depending on you to do it. And there was no one else who was stepping up to do it. Skit says, yo, graduation day, let's go. Poor man says, Skit's no work with you today. Skit says, Yogi, we love a man who is patient and can focus. Right, ladies? Dang, my flirt game stinks today. No, that was pretty good. I'm cringing myself. That was pretty good. See, it says hats. I would have added and on a mission. Someone who is patient and focused and on a mission. Skit says, poor man, we tried, brother, on my laptop, but it won't let me. Skit says I got a new phone next month. Nice. What kind of phone you gonna get, Skits? Danny says, "Oh, you don't forget to leave food and in basement for Josh Edit." Hey, Josh or Danny, could you do me a favor? Could you leave a donut and a cup of coffee for Josh? He always complains about my food. I leave him a bowl of lentils and some rice and some oatmeal, and he always complains. Says he wants McDonald's. See, it says, "What would Runner Boy say? Something about wrestling with you, with my thighs, enjoying the struggle." Yeah, that sounds like something Runner Boy would say. Speaking of random, Runner Boy is one of the most random people I know for sure. Cat says, "Say, I thought the amazing, energetic Joshua wanted to come up. Where'd he go?" Yeah, he said he was going to eat and then come up after he ate. We're going to be live for maybe 10, 15 more minutes. Let's see. It's a Samsung A50 something. My brother suggested it. I got a Samsung, actually. Selena says, okay, I'll take a hint and just stop. Love you, Yogi. Selena, you are always okay. You've always been okay. There's you have never, never, ever, ever um sorry. I almost said you have never, never, never rubbed me the wrong way. And then I thought, well, how is that gonna come across? Cypress says, Selena the Celestial, while James Bond he was playing in the background. Or I'm sorry, that was Sniper. Um, Sniper says Selena the Celestial, while James Bond he was playing in the background. There you go. Now that's going to be playing through my head. Or Goldfinger, or Octopus. Sniper's laughing. Selena's laughing. Joshua is back. We were just asking about you, Joshua. Cat and Jack was asking. It says, I nearly choked on my pizza. Gotta admit, guys, we have our moments in the live stream, don't we? See, it says dying. So big, big congratulations to, in my book, to still and always and the present amazing energetic Joshua, now known as energetic Joshua. So happy that that came through, and it came through so quickly. He resubmitted yesterday, back to being monetized today. Joshua says, "Yeah, guys, I was eating dinner. What was for dinner tonight, Joshua?" Danny says, "Here's donuts for Josh Edit." Thank you, Danny. Pepper says, Xena Onatop is the movie Goldeneye '95, played by uh, Famke Jensen. She was a memorable and deadly henchwoman known for her lethal thighs. Joshua says, I'll come up. It's okay. Yep, it's okay. Phoenix says, evening. Evening to you, Phoenix, my friend. It says, that's me on his cipher. See, it says, scroll, that's a bloody good one. And Joshua, congratulations again. You deserve it all for your hard work. Agreed. He, one of the hardest workers on YouTube. Him, Mary's Gigs, the Stardashians. Joshua's having so much fun though that it never looks like effort, but you know it is. Phoenix says, much love and happiness, peace and happiness. Much love, peace and happiness to you, my friend. Cat says hi to Phoenix. Joshua says I had cream chicken, green beans, drop biscuits. I don't know what a drop biscuit is, and mashed potatoes with gravy. Sounds good. Sounds filling for sure. So hey, 30 likes, guys. 30 thumbs up. Much appreciated. Hey, Kat, when's your next day off? Weird. How is it that I can miss Cat and Jack when she's working? She's all the way in Tennessee, and I'm up here in Maryland. And yet, when she's working, I miss her. Phoenix says, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Phoenix. Oh, next Sunday. Wow. That's quite a bit of ways. $31. Oops. Thank you. Much appreciated. So we're gonna have Josh come up if he still wants to talk for a few minutes, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. I might actually wake up at 2 instead of 2:30, so maybe I can squeeze a walk in before my live stream. Maybe I'll attempt to actually be right on time for my live stream for a change. Separate says, "Hey, the Phoenix." He says, "Let's go, Joshua." Student says, "Exena the Celestial sounds so cool and sexy, very, very much unlike me." Hey, you're very cool, and cool is sexy. Hey, speaking of cool, if anyone can guess in my thumbnail for this live stream, if anyone can guess where we were when that photo was taken, I'd like to say you'd won a prize, but I don't have any prizes to give away. But I'd be curious to know if anyone could guess where we were. We took a pilgrimage. Hey, Joshua.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are
How
you?
are y'all?
Hey, how are you feeling? I know you were under the weather for a bit.
I'm still under the weather.
I'm
And
sorry.
in fact, my mom is here now, so I'm trying to keep her from getting sick again. She's allegedly better, but I don't know. So
Right.
trying to.
Sure.
So yes, probably hear it in my throat a little bit. Yeah. But once I'm better, I will be back to making content. I'm still trying to be a little, active, but did I did some and ran on the treadmill a little bit. Other than that, I didn't do much today. So
Well, but this has been ongoing for it's been a couple weeks now, right?
almost, yeah. Feel better. I do feel better, but I don't want to get anyone sick at all. So
Sure. Hey, Gilbert
um,
says, Joshua, you are amazing. Get better soon.
Iceman, I appreciate that. Really do. I will, and I'm very happy today. Because just yesterday, like you said, I get it. So I'm happy to be monetized again. For sure. Very happy.
I mentioned before, no one deserves it more.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. By the way, what's your subscribers?
It's a good
How
question.
many?
I will let you know. 7608.
You can still meet me there at 8.
Did you hit 8 already?
No, I did not.
How close are you?
I'm stuck at 7. 7.
Wow. I would give you a shout out here, but I can't imagine there's anyone here who is not subscribed to Joshua. You're so close. I might be able to get there maybe by May.
By May.
It doesn't seem to be. I went through. I flew through some numbers. I flew through the 500s. I flew through the 600s. 7 seems to be lagging a bit.
7 seems like it's tough. At first, in the beginning of 7, was sort of easy for me to get halfway through there because of those 2 viral screencasts.
Right.
But if I don't do those loops, then it they go up, but it's very slow. So
Agreed. I'm there too. We'll get there though.
it's hard, especially at this last part right there. It seems like you're past that halfway mark. It's just, but
I
no,
think
you can.
I think for you, had you been feeling better, and thank you, and been able to put out your usual content, I think you'd probably be close to 10K right now, if not already there.
I think that I could have been at 8K, maybe 8.5, but definitely not 10K yet. And you remember at 10K, I get a new channel, but I'm not. I already have one, but
Right. Nice.
1 second. So yeah, so it's just a matter of putting my content out, and content is usually the crazy content that really draws a lot of attention. So the Daredevil stuff, the flying down the hill, in traffic,
The
and don't, yeah.
I was gonna say, and the climbing out of the washing machine, and ninjaing across the counter, the cupboard tops. You mean that kind of stuff?
Yes, that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, yeah. I will be doing. I will be
I know
doing
your
more of that.
content. I know your content, Joshua. I
Yes,
know
you
it,
do.
and I appreciate it very much. That floored
Well,
me.
thank
Oh,
you.
and then swallowing the water bottle. But you know what? You know what my all-time favorite thing is? Choose your. I do love that. Choosing your adventure. I absolutely love that.
Okay, I'll start doing that every Tuesday again after I'm better. When I'm better, it'll be Choose Your Own Adventure, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay,
Awesome.
3:30 every day, or every
I
Tuesday.
thought I thought that was pure genius, to be honest with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I like it. I do. It gives more reason to walk. Be a little active.
You want to know I was gonna say my all-time favorite, probably one of my all-time favorite Joshua live stream moments. One of my live stream favorite moments, meeting your mom.
Oh, really?
It was an honor. It was a privilege, and she's such a lovely and good-humored person that it was a highlight of my channel.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Does and I did tell her you said hi before. I remember that. She did.
Nice.
She did give a hello back when I spoke to her. So
Hey, do you know what happened on my channel last night?
what's that?
Selma's father saying happy birthday to me.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty cool.
I bet that was pretty cool. Just
It was.
wow. Congratulations to you, and thank you, Salma, and if you're listening to your father.
Thanks.
I saw that, by the way. Skits about me chugging drinks. Yeah. I do. I'm going to do more drinks also. I will do drinks next time. Sunday, I will chug a drink. Okay.
Cat and Jack says, we love your mom, Joshua.
And Jack, thank you so much. Going to try to get her to start a channel soon.
if you ever have a spare moment, that would be awesome. Your mom having a channel.
Yeah.
Cat and Jack and Selena
Mhm.
are want some watch hours. If you ever have an opportunity to do a playlist, or
I
something.
have, and specifically, Taekwondo Kid is a ninja that I don't use too often. Specific phone for those watch hours, and I'll put a couple comments in just to playlist, okay?
Thank you, Joshua.
So Cat and Jack and who else?
Selena.
Okay.
Yep.
Selena. Okay, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that. First, I'll start with Cat and Jack. I'll start you shortly, Cat and Jack. I have to turn my phone on, power it on, and to you. Okay. I appreciate you guys, your support. But yeah, I changed my name. Okay. Hold on, let me see what this is. Okay. I changed it because all are, and I don't need to be. I don't need to be arrogant or anything about myself. I'm energetic. Yes, I'm only as amazing as you guys are. So I don't want to be above you. Anybody wants to be right there with you. Okay, above you, okay, not up. So, thank you.
I like that explanation. Thank you, Joshua.
No worries. I'm on. This guy right here probably has to sleep. Probably gonna go to sleep, bro.
I am going to go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, this is the energetic Joshua. Energetic Joshua. Have a good.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, my friend. That's our friend Joshua. Newly, once again, monetized. Phoenix says, I'm on Jack Cam. Let's see. I still have, I'm on 3 hours in the just a girl in her room and her dog and her ex-girlfriend. It's a 7-hour video. I'll pick up where I left off tomorrow. And as I'm out in the morning, I'll have both Selena and Cat and Jack playing. If you guys don't mind, our friend Tandra. She still wasn't hit 4K. She has not been able to figure out why she's not monetized yet. She should be, because she has a beautiful channel. And Tandra's a great person. She's one of my all-time favorite channels. And the channel is a reflection of Tandra, who's one of my all-time favorite people. Tandra has done some really, really thoughtful and amazing and quiet things for me and my channel. Me as a person. I will always, always be deeply appreciative for Tandra. I love having her. She's one of those people, I've mentioned people. I will have your live stream up, not just to help with watch hours. I'll have it up because I love the channel. I love sitting on the porch with Cat and Jack. She'll always be playing. Same with Tandra. Same with Chris, Nature's Dog Realm. Same with Daisy May. I like revisiting live streams of Toy Pups. And I'm getting a lot of insight listening to Selena. I don't want to just play the playlist. When I have you up, I take Cat and Jack breaks. When I'm answering emails or when I'm guiding someone through breathwork privately, after I've done that, I can take a Cat and Jack break. I can dive in and just listen. I can take a Selena break. I can take a Tundra or a Daisy May break. So yes, we're working on watch hours, but more importantly, you guys are giving me the company of the gift of your presence and company. Thank you for that. Joshua says, Selena, when I'm finished with Cat and Jack, I'll come see you. Selena says, thank you, energetic Joshua, you bloody legend. Please rest and recover and heal soon. Blessings to you. Prayers to Joshua and his mom. Thank you for dropping that link. Hey, and my friend Teddy, if you guys don't mind connecting with her, and maybe we can keep helping her grow her channel. Thank you, Selena. Selena drops Cat and Jack's channel. Cat says, thank you all, and I'll get back on Tandra's playlist. Thank you. I really hope that we can figure out what is that thing? What is the one thing that YouTube is not accepting? Because I don't see anything in her channel that's not on other people's channels. You know, it's uniquely Tundra, but I don't see anything that like leaps out where you would think, well, that's questionable or unacceptable or against the policies. I don't know. I'm going to end the conversation tonight. I'm going to mention a couple things. I don't want to put any pressure on anyone, but I have a wish list of people who I would love to come up and visit on the live stream. I really hope Selena comes up and pulls a card for all of us, whenever she wants to. She could do it daily. She could do it twice a day. She could do it however she wants to, for as many. Come up for 5 minutes, pull a card, however long it takes. I could easily have weekly conversations, daily conversations, 3-time-a-day conversations with Cat and Jack. If she were to come up, she doesn't even have to play the ukulele. If she wanted to bring the ukulele up, that's fine too, but she doesn't have to. Let's see. I'd love to have a conversation with Phoenix. I'd love for Skits to come up. Just a little part of my guest wish list. Just putting it out there. Some people might call it I don't know what you mean, William. William says, "Hey, Yogi." Cena says, "I roll Yogi. Awesome." Cena says, "Continue to reach out to YouTube and ask them why." I don't think they've. I think she has. I don't think they've replied. Just to Joshua in a basement. I love toy pups. Cena will be a flirtatious monster. William says, "Cried for the fall." Don't fall, William. Don't fall. We're here holding you up. Hey, Cece. Cece says, "What's the word?" The word's going to be 2 words. In just a minute, it's going to be good night. Cena says, "Energetic Joshua, what's your idea?" Yoga had an idea because of what you just said about Selena. Oh, awesome. So let's hear what Joshua says, and then we'll wrap it up. Skit says, "Thank you for the stream, Eric. Brother, much love to all. Good night, rest well, spread love. Remember, be happy. P.S. I will be up next month, Yogi, when I get my new phone, brother. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that, Skits. Kat says, good night, Skits. Again, no pressure. Skits says, good night, Kat and Jack. Smile, my friend. You're a star. And you chat. Joshua says, if I had a scheduled co-stream with some of your friends here, like especially monthly, it would attract all of our viewers to all of our channels towards yours. You can even hashtag or at them in your lives. I like that thought. Monthly. Thank you, Joshua. Let's make that happen. You got me thinking, my friend. Kat says, this, I look forward to you coming up with Yogi. Me too. Is that not the sun peeping in the window? It is the sun peeping through the window. Good eyes, CC. So I notice William says there's no more roads forward. William, there's always a road forward. And why does it always have to be forward? There's always possibilities. Cena says, yes, Joshua, Yogi can be pleased to do a weekly scheduled co-stream. I can do the tarot card pulse. Yes. Let me know which time slot works best for you and which day works best for you. And if it's a day that has not yet occurred this week, we can start this week. Hey, Adam. Adam says, hello, everyone. Adam, how are you doing? Joshua says, you just need enough time with each person who is willing to come up and use their content for you. Okay. Skit says, I'm a bit nervous, Kat, but hey, it will be fun. I look forward to it. It will be an honor. Skits, it's no different than hanging out in the chat. Roy says it went out of my coffin. What if you change your perspective on that, William? Cece says we are living light of the center. I can't make out what that one emoji is, but I agree with that. We're definitely living light. Phoenix says Adam. Skits is in love. Selena says, okay, I'll message you, Yogi. Yeah, I'm so excited. Me too. Steppa says, just make the road wider, William. Yes. Why are you giving yourself either or options, William? Why are you giving yourself this or that? In a world, in a universe, in universes of infinite possibilities, there's only two things that you can choose. Phoenix says, William, hey, peace to you. CC says perspectives. Yes. It is all about perspectives. Perspectives can change. That's the entirety of A Course in Miracles. The miracle is change your perspective. Not by diving in, rolling up your sleeves, surrendering them, asking for that miracle, turning it over to the Holy Spirit, to Jesus, Krishna, the Tao, whatever central figure works for you. Everyone's longed to escape before, William. Many still do. The message from A Course in Miracles is all of us long to escape this illusory world. We all have that longing for home. Danny says, it's up to you, Phoenix Fireside. Thank you, Danny. Phoenix says, I need my friend Joshua. Kindness is free. Go to Cat. Oh, Joshua says, Phoenix, I'm going to your channel after the live streams. I appreciate your support. Phoenix is awesome. Joshua says, I'm getting almost, I'm sorry, William says, I'm getting almost to rate. At what though, William? William, let's talk tomorrow. Let me know when you're free and I'll give you a call. I wanted to call when I got your message, but by that time you had already said goodbye and that you were going back to work. CC says, indeed, you're here to serve a life sentence. Hey, Cherry Rose. Hello, host and everyone. Nice to see you. Phoenix says, William, can we help? Kat says, sending you love, William. I know it's been tough, William. You have been fighting this battle for quite some time. Cherry Rose says, Cat and Jack. CC says, to see light, stand in dark places. Danny says, it's up to you, Selena, as well. Thank you, Danny. Lights can be blinding. I don't know about that. Selena says, right back at you, Danny. Thank you. William says, right now, my car tires right now cannot sell car. Realistically, to just move. I'm already homeless. Sure, it gets worse, but why is being able to start where I would like to live? Well, right now you have a job, right? Cecil says, you contemplate that, Yogi? What am I supposed to contemplate? I'll be honest with you. I seldom contemplate. By seldom, I actually never. I seldom contemplate things that. What's the word I'm looking for? What I try to contemplate are the things that are revelatory to me. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I probably will not contemplate that. It says soothing is darkness is what I meant. Joshua says, Phoenix, I'm still going to support you. I have 4 phones and many alt accounts. Cena says, well, Joshua, may I have a teaspoon of your energy, please, and thank you. And which is a high turnover job where I will keep having to eat with a grin. And if I'm going to exist anywhere, I don't want it to be in Kansas. But I'm just thinking that you have a job now, and in a little bit, that would help you save up for some new tires. New tires means that you can drive somewhere other. You know, hey, Madface is here. We haven't seen Madface for a while. I need a phone so I can sign up for DoorDash Dasher. My app won't let me take photos to start the very process. Student says, Basement Joshua, I only flirt with the Yogi Eric. Well, thank you for that. I never do that during tarot cards. Tarot. So, my suggestion from a Buddhist perspective is we start where we are. Buddha said all of our suffering comes from not accepting what is in the present moment. Every little bit of our psychological suffering comes from not accepting exactly what's going on. Ken Keyes summarized Buddhism very succinctly and very simply. If we elevated all of our demands, I demand life to be different than it is right now, to a preference, how much easier and softer life would be. I would prefer life to be different. I would prefer life to be easier. I would prefer life to be better. Your demands will not always and probably very seldom ever be met, which means we're going to suffer unless we examine our demands and we realize this is where I am right now. And getting mad is not going to change where I am, and in fact, only makes it more permanent because I'm stuck in stuck energy. Einstein said nothing changes until something moves. As well, that you cannot create a new mindset. You cannot have a new paradigm with a mind that has created this present one. You need to think different. You need to think outside of the box. You need to change your perspective, which takes a miracle. And a miracle, again, is when we hand everything over to a source greater than the ego, greater than that demanding voice that says, I don't like this. It's okay not to like this. But this is what we have. We deal with this so that we have something other. Danny brings the donuts for Songahan. Hey, Songahan. Cat says, oh no, mad face. Mirko came from a dark place. I don't know about that. As a matter of fact, I do know. Mad face Danny, are you a dog? Selena says, Yogi Eric, your wisdom and advice is so inspiring and beautiful to me. Thank you, Selena. I think that it is ours. I seen you swallow hard. It's a weird thing to notice. Cat and Jack, are you still going live after? Oh, Cat's going live. Well, let's wrap things up. Cat says we cannot solve our problems with the same with the same thinking we used when we created them. Thank you for that, Cat. Mattface says, thanks for the coffee and the donut. Danny Eric Point says, another great live. Thanks for not mentioning how cool I am. All his attention has been a lot. Well, now, it's implicit in every conversation. Everyone knows how cool Eric LaPointe is. The pressure of being that cool. For those who know, I consider Eric LaPointe to be the Arthur Fonzarelli of the burpee world. Take a moment. CC, 99.9% of the time, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, you see, that's the thing, CC. I have little desire. I have little desire to understand the esoteric. Let me rephrase that. I have zero desire to even entertain the esoteric. It goes back to the hierarchy of illusions. And an illusion is an illusion is an illusion. And at a certain point in life, you get tired of fully 100% living in an illusory world. You want to peak. You want to peak at reality. And years of meditation have actually given me great insight. They made me calmer. They made me more peaceful. I'm very much appreciative of that. Years of breath work have helped rewire my neurological pathways in my brain. I'm very much appreciative of that. But it was practicing kindness and forgiveness that brought everything home. Anything outside of kindness and forgiveness, anything outside of extending love, I have zero interest in. Zero interest in even really talking too much about. So, comments like, think about it and you'll understand. I don't want to understand the illusion. No interest whatsoever. I want to be kind. I want to practice forgiveness. I'm on my path. When I go to other channels, for people who are on their path here, I never say, hey, join me on my path. I never say I have a better way. I never want to say, hey guys, I'm on a soapbox and this is what you should think. But I do talk about the things that I love to talk about. If someone is curious, interested, and want to talk more about it, one on one, or has a question, I'm always happy with that. But again, hierarchy of illusions. Where are we? Selena says, Eric Lapointe, the Fonz? Say, he is the Fonz. Way to get that reference, Selena. Phoenix says, please remember to watch the ads. Don't skip them. It's a kind way to help support your favorite content creator with love. Thank you, Phoenix. Danny says, Matt Face, I'm human. Let's see. Phoenix says, Eric Point is wonderful. He absolutely is. No lie for Cat. I feel like speaking to anyone only further writes my writ. Look what says about to do some Fonz burpees. I'm looking into it. Hey, make sure you tag me in that, Eric Lapointe. I want to see that. CC says, when I punish my kids angrily, it's out of love. Is it? Let's see. CC says, much love. Great chat. Thank you, CC. Thank you so much. You always inspire me in some direction, CC. That's for sure. And for that, I appreciate you very, very much. Phoenix says, love, forgiveness, and kindness are free and free you. Yes. I cannot stress that ever too much, how it frees you. Phoenix says, seeing I want to be somebody, make me somebody. CC says, I try. You do a good job, CC. Eric Point says, goodbye, everyone. Hey, Kit Kat. Kit Kat says, hey. Madface says, anger costs, love is free. Thank you, Madface. Thank you for the jewels, Eric. Hey, man, we got a comboed. Thank you. Kit Kat says, I'm nervous. Hey, Kit Kat, what are you nervous about? We're going to wrap things up, but we can't leave you hanging. Phoenix is laughing. Dolly Parton. Matt Face says, here's a smile face for you now. Thank you, Matt Face, for the smile face. Thank you guys for the 38 thumbs up. All right, guys, I need to wrap things up. It's gonna be a day tomorrow. Kit Kat says, oh yeah, I remember. I have this state competition in band, and I've had so much criticism, and I feel I do bad. When is that? I'm a weird cat. Hey, you're gonna do fine, Kit Kat. Criticism was given tomorrow. Cat, Kit Kat, prayers. Sending you prayers, sending you energy. You've been given criticism. Now you know. Criticism is helpful. It's tomorrow at 7 a.m. What time zone are you in, Kit Kat? Kat says, Kit Kat, you're awesome. So you can't help doing awesome. Songhead says, hey, Kit Kat. I agree. I agree with Cat and Jack. Sniper says, good night, Eric. Godspeed for tomorrow. Thank you, Sniper. Madface says, Danny, Joshua will get better soon. Cena says, Sugi Eric, I'll message you to arrange our weekly co-stream. Terrible, handsome. Thank you, Selena. I'm looking forward to this. Joshua, thank you for that great idea. All right. Kit Kat, prayers for you for tomorrow. 7 a.m. Be thinking about you. Sending you love, sending you energy. With that, guys, I got to go. I will see everyone. Thank you for the 41 thumbs up, guys. Oh, you're in Arizona. So 7 a.m. for you will be 9, I believe 9 a.m. for me. Perfect. Perfect. Namaste, Joshua. Just know that when you're up there, 7 a.m. your time, you will not be alone. We will be with you. We will be sending you love. We will be holding you. We'll be supporting you. We'll be cheering you on. You got this, Kit Kat. You got this. Prayers, my friend. My cat is really telling me to go to bed. With that, guys, I'm going to see everyone later. Madface says thank you. You're welcome. See you guys.